Hello again, everyone. Without any delay, okay, let's just recall a little bit of what we have discussed in the previous class. In the previous class, we have discussed about how to open a file, fine, in write mode and then save it to a file handle. And then we have discussed how to write a single string and using write lines, how to write entire list of a string to a file. And then we have also discussed how to close the file using the close function. So it is file handle followed by a close function so that your compiler understands that which file you want to close so that your compiler will not get any confusion and there will be no confusion. So once you mention file, your compiler will understand that you are talking about this particular file, and this file here is used to handle the file text.txt. So in today's class, we'll see how to reopen the same file. This was already open in write mode. So I've mentioned that before you proceed it to a different mode, say a read mode or an access append mode, you need to close this file. So that is why you have already closed it here. And so in today's class, we'll concentrate on this. What I've done is I have given a different, okay, you can give the same name or you can give a different name. Fine. Okay, sorry, okay, not here. This is where I want you to concentrate from here below. Fine. So what I'm doing here, I am opening the file using the same file. Find the same file, text1.txt. I open it in read mode. Fine. Now I am opening the already existing file, but in read mode because I want to read something from this file. And once this is done, I'll save the file somewhere. Let me change this file rather than saving it. I'll just give say new. Okay, this is some new file that I want to refer to. So this will be new here. This one also will be new. And this also will be new. Fine, I'll show you what is the meaning of each. Okay, so this is how we include a command line in Python. Once you include anything inside a command line, this is for one single line command. Once you include anything in a command line, your compiler will not read any data that is included in a command line. So that means when I run this will be ignored as of now by the command line. Right? So this is what I want to do. I have opened the same file text1.txt and then I have opened in read mode because I want to read something from the file. Now let's see what is there in this file. This is what I have written. This is a file. So this is what we have, this one line, this in the second line and file in the third line. And so that is what we have done. So now fine, we'll start with the first function. First function here that we will discuss in today's class will be the read function. So the syntax here is file handle dot read followed by, okay, inside bracket you can give size -1 or you can leave it as it is. So if you mention the size, that means your read function will always take the data as size -1. And I'll implement that and then I'll show you how it's done. So file handle, because you have to mention which file you want to read followed by the read function. So this is what we are doing here. Okay, read, and what I want to do is I want to print the file side by side. So I'm writing it one single line. This is what we are doing now. Using the file handle new. Okay, we have the file handle new. I've given it as new dot read. Fine. So what I want to do is now I just want to read from the file text1.txt. If I don't mention, if I don't specify any number here, that means the meaning of this is that I want to read the entire file. New.read will read the entire file. I'll save this and then, okay, let me clear this part first so that you will be, okay, sure as to what is going on, and then I'll run it. And this is what I'm trying to print. So if I don't mention anything in the read comment, so this is what I'll get. This is a file, exactly the same thing what was saved in the file. Fine, no need to get confused here. Fine, I've given this. This is what you need, but it's just that I want to print this to the output screen. That is why the entire thing I have enclosed it in a print function. Now see if I mention something like 4. Fine, the meaning of this is that your this read command will read each and every character, okay, up to which position size -1. So if size is 4, so 4 minus 1 will be 3. So the read function here will read the first, the second and the fourth character. Okay, run this and this is what you get. Print new dot read 1 2, 3, and 4. So this is what it is reading here. Fine. Next, what we are doing is using the print function. Okay, let me put that inside a comment first, and then fine, I'll include this read line. Read line here is used for reading the entire line. Okay, so here we have exactly only one line, so it'll read only this. Okay, so rather than reading that, what I can do is let me open this again. Fine, because you will not be able to understand because there's only one word fine in that one line. So I'll include this again here. Fine, this is another file. Fine, file.txt, but now I want to open this in read mode. And I hope you're getting this because I want to refer to this file. Fine, hello, how are you file. Fine, hello, how are you. So there's more than one word, right? So it'll be much clearer for you. Now, okay, in this, I will not be reading the new file. I'll be reading the file file handle. So file handle, file here, stores the location of text.txt. And I want to read the entire line from there. The entire line means save it, run it. And this is what you have, fine. In here, I have hello, how are you? This is the entire line. Hello, how are you? So this is what I'm doing here. I'm reading the entire line. But now if I mention say some number here, if I mention the size, now rather than reading the entire line, if I mention the size, what will happen is it will read only the total number of character that is mentioned here. When it read only the total number of character that is mentioned here. So if you don't mention anything, means reading the entire line. Okay, the next read function here is the read lines. Now in this particular case, when you read the file using a read function or a read line function, you are reading the string. Fine. Now the difference between the above two and the third one here, the read lines. Fine, means that your read lines will not read only one single string, but it'll read the entire file. Fine, the entire file. Fine, in this particular case for a text one, I have this is a file. So you have three lines here. This is one line, is a second line, file a third line. You'll read all the file, that means the entire file. The only difference here is that every single line, fine, every one line here will be treated as one string, and the entire data will be displayed in the form of a list. So this is what you get when you run this particular program. So see this different here. Using the read line, you can display the entire line. Using the read function, fine. If you don't mention the size, it'll read the entire file here just as a normal file. But if you try reading the file using a read lines, it'll read each and every line, and then every line here, this is one line, this is a second line is a, and this is a third line. Every line will be treated as one single string, and the entire string will be stored. Fine, I mean all the string here will be stored as a list. So read lines will read the entire file as a collection of lists. So it's not just one string, it's a combination of three strings together that is saved inside a list. Fine, so that is regarding your which one? The read function, how you read data from a file. So you can read it as either you can read the entire file, or you can read it line by line, or you can read the entire file line by line as a collection of string and save it in a list. So that's what you can do. Fine. Okay, now let me put this inside the command line because I don't need this. Now, what you do is, okay, I'll just show you this since we are doing this practically. Okay, this is how you include a multiple line comment. I mean, when you want to include a command line, fine, for more than one line, this is how you include it. This particular symbol here is for just one line. So if I put it here, that means the entire line that follows this will be included as a comment. Whereas if I want to include everything from here up to here, find multiple line, more than one lines. If I want to include this as a comment, then I'll include inside the double quotation, 3 double quotation, 1 2 3. I open it there, and this is where I close it. Fine. Now what I want to do is I want to reopen the same file, text.txt. Right, text.txt is where you store the content. See, this is the one. Hello, how are you? Remember this. This is what we have already saved in the file. Now I am opening the same file, but I am opening it in the third mode. The third mode, which is the append mode here. Append means attaching the file, attaching the data or the content to the end of the already existing file. This is an already existing file where I have saved the string hello, how are you? Okay, with a /n, because every file, every line have to be terminated with. This is called the end of line character. Find the end of line or the EOL. Now we have already opened that in append mode, and I am saving it using the file handle file2. Okay, so in the next line, what I want to do is I want to write something new here. When I want to write something new, that means I want to append. Okay, hello there. Okay, I can just put more question mark here. Okay, now file2.write means to this file handle 2, which is a text.txt. That means to text.txt write the string there followed by this question mark. I'll save this. Okay, understand this clearly. This is the original content. Hello, how are you? Which was already there. Now, when I run this program, what do I get here? Okay, save this. When I run this, okay, nothing is displayed here because I am not displaying using printf, or I'm not printing anything in the screen. So, but this is what I'll get. Fine, I'll open the same file, text file. So initially it was just hello, how are you, right? Hello, how are you? I have also enclosed a /n. Now I want to append there followed by all this question mark. So this is what I have here. Hello, how are you there? Fine. Okay, the question mark is not appearing because fine, the question mark is treated as a special character. So now I want to, if I want to make it a raw file, that means I'll mention R. Once I mention R, what happened here is that everything that was written in the file, okay, that means all the special character, okay, they lose their meaning. They will not be treated as special character, but they will be treated as a normal character. Save this, and then I'll run it again. Okay, let's see if this is functioning correctly. Text file. Okay, so my R is functioning. Hello, how are you there? Followed by all this question mark. Okay, so at least you get to learn this as well. Okay, so this is the thing when we do it practically. You run thing, and then if there's any correction, you correct it then and there, and you understand the meaning of it. Initially, before I include R, what happened is that there will not display, there will be displayed, but this special character will not be displayed. All this special character will not be displayed. Now, if I don't want the compiler to treat this as special character, I'll include R. R means raw file. By raw file, that means everything that comes after this will be treated as just a normal text. Fine, it will be treated as a normal text. So that is the meaning of this raw file. So this is how you read from a file and you append any new data into a file. So these are regarding the basic operation of a text file. We are now dealing with a text file. So whatever you write here, exactly the same thing will be stored in a file. This is what I've already mentioned. Okay, exactly the same thing will be stored in a file. And once thing is stored in the file, you can always refer to this later on. Fine. For future reference, you can always refer to this file. So this is saved permanently. So we'll stop here for today. Thank you very much. In the next class, I hope we'll continue with some more practical topic. Right. So as of now, okay, let's stop here.